It was like not even direct.
And listening to yourself, not doing what other people expect.
Leader, and then you act from, you just acted in that moment. Hi everybody, welcome back to Changemakers. This is Jennifer McConaghy, and we are going to talk today about circular fashion. I'm your host, Leanna Martins, and I am super excited to talk to Jennifer because I've been following her for some time. So she is a local Edmonton advocate of circular fashion, and I want you to just start to tell people and our audience, why is that important? Why is circular fashion important? What does it mean?
Circular fashion is important because our fashion industry is a mess. There's so much that's being overproduced and no end cycle in vision. So if we keep it in the community, keep reusing it, then that gives it a purpose after it's made. What are we going to do with it? Or after we buy it, what are we going to do with it? Are things that we should always think about when we're out shopping, when we're looking at our closet.
Yeah.
So keeping all your clothing going forward.
And it's this more consumption culture.
Correct. And whatever you're being shown, what's in season or what's in trendy, is really just coming from the store and what they want you to buy. So if we keep things circular, these are likely things that may not be in the current fashion magazines, but that doesn't mean they're not trendy. We can't wear them, we can't make use of them. And it's all about finding your own personal style outside of what the store is trying to sell you. And then from finding your own personal style outside of what the store is trying to sell you, you actually find more confidence within yourself because you're not relying on the magazines, the brands to tell you you're cool. You're just finding your own, whatever you're picking, whatever you're finding you like, and you're just putting it all together. That you find your personal style, you become more confident, you become a bit of a rebel because you're not listening to anyone else, you're just listening to yourself and what you love. And you're advocating for your own self-worth and your own values through what you're wearing.
I love that. So you're speaking through your clothes. There's a lot to be said for that. I really, really love that.
My goal almost every day is if I don't laugh at myself in the mirror when I'm getting dressed or think this is crazy or this is outrageous, then I gotta change my outfit.
I love it!
If it doesn't look
God! How do you know you're standing up for the right reasons? That's brilliant. I'm gonna caption this. Stand out for the right reasons.
For the right reasons, because I don't necessarily need to be the flashiest in the room, but I'm wearing something that someone's gonna pick up on, or maybe how I put something together is not typically how you would put something together. I really like mixing my patterns and mixing colors and textures.
Yeah.
So those are things that aren't often talked about, or perhaps might be a little bit cliche or tacky.
Right.
But when you put it together and you realize, you're like, whoa, this outfit's so cool. Well, I think there's a misconception about brands. We might have a negative connotation with Zara, Forever 21, but we don't think of the same with a Ralph Lauren, with
like a luxury brand.
Luxury brand, Louis Vuitton. But a lot of times those are made within the same factories.
So tell us what negative connotation means.
So they might be made within the same factories that don't pay their workers fair wages. Okay. Whether it's a high-end brand or a low-end brand doesn't really matter.
Understand.
It's just the brand's price point of who they're selling to that's gonna maybe make you think that, oh, I'm paying a lot for this.
And you assume
someone also
that
got
fair
paid.
wages. You assume that there's less of an ecological imprint.
That they're using
which is not true.
Clean sources for their fibers or fabrics.
How can people vote with their dollars?
I always love to keep it circular because that's what I stand for. So shopping more secondhand and less new, because that's going to tell the manufacturer that they're buying it, so we got to make more. So less buying new, more buying secondhand.
Right, cool. What do you think is the number one belief that is holding people back from voting with their dollars and supporting circular fashion?
Probably what we grew up with and exactly how I started and why I started this is because I grew up with the idea that shopping thrift was not cool, not trendy, meant you came from a lower income household.
That I was
regardless.
poor.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I was poor.
And knowing that you can still find those luxury items
Yeah.
in all of those stores.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
Someone donated it.
Yeah. And have the courage to be yourself. That's what I get more than anything. What impact do you want to leave? So at the end of the day, let's say, whatever, we're 40 years down the road, Jennifer McConaghy, what have you done? What do you
I've
leave?
made you rethink your entire wardrobe and how you buy and how you shop, and it's not necessarily that you're doing all of these things, but if I've made that little impact for you to like think about how you're shopping, then that's good enough for me, because the fashion industry isn't perfect. We aren't perfect. That's what I always come back to. If I'm questioning where I am in my business, it always comes back to know my why.
Okay, so Jennifer, tell me about this vintage Club Monaco, which you were known for.
Right, so I'm known for Club Monaco. It is my profile photo that I've had forever. And Club Monaco is what we grew up with the crested logo in the
Yes,
90s.
baby,
They were
yeah.
sought after then. They're more so sought after even now because they're vintage.
Okay, and then this is a vintage Valentino. Do you know when this is from?
So I'm guessing this is likely 80s Valentino. I found in Value Village. It is a skirt suit.
What can you do with this now?
You definitely can make it more modern, so you can just wear the blazer with straight leg or denim.
Yep,
And
agreed.
then even like you can wear it together, I think it'd be great, but even separate them and then you're standing out. So this is a piece where you would stand out when you walk into a room.
And this is what you're talking about. You
And
wanna
people
make
would be like,
someone
wow,
live.
I love what you're wearing. And then you say, thanks, it's vintage Valentino, and I thrifted it for $8.
She said that a lot of times. All right, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming in. If people want to find you, which is how I found you, it's on Instagram at Like Pre-Love.
Correct.
Yes?
See you there.
Awesome. All right, we'll see you soon.